Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So my name is Nen. I'm going to be doing a vendor vault series going forward. So today is part one of vendor vault. So what is the vendor vault about? So this series is basically me bringing you lovely hair vendors from all over the world, like Vietnamese, Cambodia, Vietnam, India, and yeah, all parts of the world. I test them, I try them out. I use a couple of methods that I will be talking about later on in the video. But just to give you a brief summary, it's going to be based off on perm test, bleach test, shampoo test, heat test, and also my experiences with these vendors. So there are a couple of ways that I find my hair vendors. First one is Alibaba. If you don't know what Alibaba is a platform where you can go on and find a couple of, find vendors from all over the world, from different parts, and you can order from them and try the hairs out. The second platform that I use is Instagram. I go onto Instagram, I put in raw hair vendors, or human hair vendors, or virgin hair vendors. Loads of them will pop out as long as they've used the hashtags. You can actually find them that way. But please be careful when you're on Instagram trying to find these vendors. Make sure you're reading reviews. If something feels off about the page, maybe they're just using different pictures from, maybe the backgrounds are just different, in the pictures, then you know that, yeah, this is maybe not their own product. So you need to just be careful. Like the way I say it, I said be intuitive. Like I'm very intuitive, so I always know when something is a bit off. Then also look out for signs of, signs where you don't see any comments under, their pictures or their videos. So yeah, just be careful. But on Instagram, you can actually find good hair vendors. Third platform that I use is obviously YouTube. You can actually go on YouTube, put in the vendor's name, and yeah, you will see reviews come up. Also, sometimes I get messages on my WhatsApp. Someone who's been in the business for quite a long time now, I do get a couple of them. Sometimes when I get these messages, I'm not really in the mood to engage them, but sometimes I do. If I see the hairs are quite nice, I could. So yeah, these are the different ways. There's also DHgate, but I've never gone on there to try hairs as well. Some people use Amazon as well. I've never used that. But yeah, these are the platforms that I actually use. And if you want to try out your own hair vendors, if you're not trying to use my own tried and tested hair vendors, I've got a PDF in the comment section, or rather in the description box, where you can download. I put together 10 important questions that you should be asking your hair vendors before you purchase. These questions are actually very important. So if you're new to the game, or if you've been in the game for quite a while and you don't really know what questions to ask, it's a free PDF. It's in the description box, and yeah, you can download it and just use it as a guide to communicating with these vendors. So the criteria that I'm going to be using to test out these hair vendors would be a bleach test, a burn test, a shampoo test. I'm going to be using neutralizing shampoo to detect if there's any chemicals or if it's been processed and stuff like that. Then I also will be using a burn test. So I'm going to use a curling iron in it just to see how it holds curls, because for me, I'm really big on curls. So if your hairs cannot hold a curl, for me that is an absolute pet peeve. I'm not even if the hairs are great, no, for me that's a no. I will also be looking at tangling, shedding, how the hair behaves, how it behaves when it gets into water and stuff like that. Then also I'm going to be reviewing the hairs based on my experiences with the hair vendors. Like, what is their communication like? Are they very responsive? Because no one's got time to be communicating with somebody who just ghosts you, who would not respond to you in a timely manner. I do understand that, yeah, there's a bit of a time difference, so I do put that into consideration. But if it's something more than one day you've still not responded, for me that's a big red flag. I'm also going to be reviewing them based off on shipping times, because we do know that shipping is actually very important. We need to get these hairs quite quickly, especially when your customers depend on you to get this product. I'm also going to be reviewing them based off on the overall product quality of the hairs that I've received. So yeah, these are the basic factors that I'm going to be using to assess these hairs. So yeah, these are the most important. And then prices as well, because we do know the prices have to be favorable to us. We do understand that yeah, these hairs are quite pricey, but we also need to know that it can match our budget and our target audience as well. I'm just going to be showing you the one that I received. This is from India. It came packaged up, but I had already, you know, opened it up just to, because I was kind of, you know, curious. It's my first time ordering from them, so I was a bit curious, like, okay, I've spent like a couple of money, you know, a couple of hundreds, obviously, trying out these hairs, so I was a bit curious, yeah. So I did open it, but it just come like this, packaged up in, it came through DHL. So when I opened it, it came in this bag. I mean, for India, I think that the packaging is quite good. If you've ever ordered from India, you are aware that they just, you know, they don't even care. They just put it in like that. So this is nicely packaged. And I'm just gonna show you the first bundle. This is a 22-inch. Yeah, the curl pattern is actually very, very beautiful. Very, very beautiful and very, very soft. It's not very soft. You know, sometimes you actually feel like they're not real hair, but the thing is when you put it into water, then you do see how it behaves. But yeah, the curl pattern is absolutely gorgeous. So the first bundle is a 22 inches. The weft construction is great, very great. I think it's really beautiful. I do like it when vendors send their hairs like this. It's very, very strong, and I feel like it's going to be very durable as well. The ends are very healthy, and the shine, when it comes to the shine is very, I mean, it's medium luster. It's not like, it's not very, very shiny, and at the same time it's not dull at all. So yeah, it's really good. The second bundle is a 22 as well. I actually did order 3 22 inches, and I do like the texture. Honestly, the texture is beautiful, really, really nice. It smells really nice as well. It hasn't got like it hasn't got a bad smell at all. So yeah, it smells really good. And here is the third bundle. Just gonna brush it out just for you to see the flow. Absolutely gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. Very nice. So we're just going to move on to the closure. It's a 5x5. And the knots are really small as well. We do know this is highly important for, you know, constructing a very good lace or very good wig. So yeah, the knots are really small. And I mean, for the lace, I do feel like it's not completely HD. I might be wrong because I'm quite used to laces that are a lot thinner. But this is, I mean, it feels thin, but not extremely thin. But then again, it's quite good for the durability. You see what I mean? Because if it's too thin, then it's going to rip quite easily. So I think it's quite, I mean, I think it's good. I think it's really good. But I do love the knots. The knots are really small, very, very small knots. The construction is really good as well. And I do like the fact that they kept to the same curl pattern. Because sometimes with closures, you do find that you don't really like the closure is going to be a different style and different style to the bundles. But this isn't the case. It's really the same. You see what I mean? So yeah, I think this is really, really great quality. Really, really great quality. And I like the fact that the curl pattern is actually very different. Very, very different. It's not like, it's quite different to, like body wave. This is a different curl pattern. It's very nice. So I can't wait to go in and begin to test out these hairs based off on all the criteria that I gave you earlier. So regarding customer service with this particular vendor, where am I going to start from now? Honestly, it was a horrible experience with this vendor. The first time I messaged him, I just thought it was India. So yeah, time difference obviously, plays a huge part in the responses. I noticed that he didn't respond the next day. This was obviously 24 hours after. He never responded, and for me, I just didn't even think about it. It was like after 3 days, he comes back with a response, and I'm like, ooh, I even forgot I even messaged you. So he comes back with his price list, sends me pictures, everything's looking good. I like the pictures that I saw, the prices. I was like, I was a bit iffy about it because, it was a bit on the high side, or it is on the high side. And I was like, I was a bit iffy about it, but then again, I'm not going to, I'm just going to see this through to the end. She sends me the all the pictures, and I was like, okay, let's do this. I'm feeling your hairs, boy. Let's do this. I start asking my questions because obviously I've got questions which I mentioned earlier in the video, and if you need to grab that PDF, you need to go grab it. It's very, very important that you ask them all these questions. So I began to ask him all the questions. I'm like, okay, can your hair bleach up to 613? I did notice that every time I send a message, it takes him another 5 hours to come back with a response. I'm going to ask number 2, and it takes him almost like God knows how long. Do you know, before we actually came to the conclusion and decided on what I was going to do, I'm not joking, everything took about 3-4 days. And I'm like, oh my goodness, you need to do better with your customer service. I do understand that he's definitely busy. His hairs are great, as we've seen, so he can't get quite busy. But if you're busy that way, if your business is expanding to the point where you feel like, okay, you've got loads of clients, you need to invest in your customer services. Do you get me? I had to tell him off. I'm like, no, this is wrong on all levels. Definitely wrong. So yeah, in regards to customer service, no. But the hairs are great, so maybe we might just have to pardon him and ignore him, and just work with him, I guess. So in regards to customer service, 0. But yeah, hairs are great. Everything's great. It's looking good. We will know obviously when I've done all the tests on the hairs. In regards to pricing and comparisons to other Indian hair vendors, I think that he's up here with his prices. Is like top tier. The prices are really I'll put a picture in up there somewhere where you can see what the prices are like. Very expensive, very pricey, but now I know why, because the hairs are absolutely amazing. The overall impressions of the vendor, like I said, I mean, if you're in this hair industry, you're going to find that you can't find everything in one vendor. That's the truth. You will find a vendor who communicates perfectly well, effectively, very quick responses, but then again, you receive the hairs are shit. You get me? You might find a vendor who doesn't communicate, but the hairs are great. Shipping time is great. Or maybe you might find a vendor who communicates properly, hairs are great, you get the hairs, you test out the hairs. Maybe he might fall short in a couple of areas, like maybe burn test or shampoo test. So in this industry, we do find that, you can't have everything 100%. So the thing is, you have to know which ones are more important to you. That's the way I put it. You know, you need to know which is priority. Which do you think is more important to your business? So that way you can begin to, you know, X them out according to what you feel works for you and what doesn't. Just wanted to know, have you had any experiences with Indian hair vendors? Let us know who you've ordered from, what you felt, you know, the feedback about the hairs. Did you like them? What the quality was like? What the experiences were like in terms of communication with the hair vendor and stuff. Yeah, let's just have a quick chat. Just let me know in the comment section if you've had any experiences. I would like to know, because going forward I'm going to be ordering a lot more from Indian hair vendors, so I'd like to know what your experiences are like, if you like the hairs. And yeah, so this ends the part 1 of my vendor vault series. So if you'd like to see part 2, make sure you turn your post notifications on, because I'm going to be reviewing these hairs from beginning to end. Trust me, you don't want to miss it. Please turn your post notifications on so that you get notified each time I post a video. So thank you very much, and I'll see you in part 2 of my vendor vault series. Bye. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and turn your post notifications on. See you next time. Bye.